know, for the longest time, I feel the need to resist from being ridiculous or weird in my videos. And because I want to be professional. But I guess that's over. Because starting from now on, I'm going to be myself. And this is me, you guys. If you're freaked out, if you have the urge to unsubscribe, feel free to let go. It's okay. We all need to let go of a lot of things in our lives that don't serve us anymore.
I pick through my pockets for gifts of the heart, velour and dimes for the world.
So, for today's video, I want to share with you guys a couple tips on how to eat more veggies. And also I'm going to show you a couple of my staple go-to plant-based recipes. That's super easy to make and it's great for a quick dinner. They're healthy, plant-based, vegan-friendly, yummy, balanced. They're great. Let's just talk a little bit about eating more veggies. Eating more veggies is kind of related to the crowding out method. I talked about this crowding out method in one of my previous videos. It's by adding good food in your diet. You get filled up on these healthy, nutritious food. So naturally, you're gonna consume less of the processed food or things that are not as healthy for you. In my opinion, eating should be fun. Food should be something that's enjoyable. How are we going to add more veggies in our diet without feeling like you're just eating grass? That's our focus today. I'm not saying that you should remove this and that, or that's not the purpose of this video, and that's not what I want to promote. What I want to promote is adding more nutritious, healthy, whole food in your diet and just see what happens. The first tip is making smoothies. When I don't have time or I need to go somewhere but I still want something with me, you're just able to sneak in so much veggies in your smoothie. This is why I put it as the first tip. It's literally the easiest way to start eating more veggies. Be careful with the ratio of fruits and veggies in your smoothie. Try to aim for the 2-to-1 ratio. Fruits have sugar, and yes, they are natural sugars, but they're still sugars. So you need to be careful with not eating too much fruit because the sugar level can add up. But yeah, I'm gonna show you one of my go-to smoothies that I make usually in the afternoon or in the morning when I feel like I want something quick and just easy to digest. This is what I make. So for this smoothie, I'm using 1 frozen banana, some frozen pineapples, and I put about 1.5 cups spinach in there, chopped up some cucumbers. And to make this smoothie a bit more nutritious and sophisticated, I added some spirulina, some flax seeds, this is ground flaxseed, and of course maca powder. I also added some frozen raspberries that I have. I have some grapefruits. Honestly, you can use any kind of citrus that you have. Just give it a couple squeeze. And then I added some water. Sometimes I use almond milk, but today I just used water. If you want your smoothies to be on the thicker side, you can definitely use less liquid. And this is it. This is my go-to green smoothie. Let's move on to the second tip. Having a good dressing or sauce on hand that's ready to use. They can usually last in the fridge for 2 weeks. So you can make a lot of salads and hold on a second. Sorry about that. That was really loud. Anyways, where was I? Dressings. Okay, I have these 2 dressings with me. This one already used up, as you can see. This is the Sesame Thai sauce. I'll link the recipes for these sauces and dressings down below so you can check them out. But you can honestly make anything that appeals to you and just keep it in a little container. Make sure it's airtight, and then you put it in the fridge. When you use it, sometimes you need to add a little bit of water, mix it, because does thicken in the fridge. It depends on what kind of base you use for the sauce. Having these sauces and dressings on hand saves a lot of time, and it just makes it so much easier to whip up something really quick. One of my go-to meals, which is the earth bowl, it was inspired it was inspired by this book, Plan Over Process. This is a really good book if you want to try more plant-based recipes. I was really inspired by one of the earth bowls that she makes, and I kind of tweaked it a little bit with what I have, but honestly this bowl is very yummy. Even my boyfriend, who loves comfort food, loves this bowl too. Alright, I'm gonna show you how I make this earth bowl. I start by preheating the oven to 420 degrees because I'm about to roast this beautiful sweet potato. To season the sweet potatoes, I'm using some olive oil, salt and pepper. Give it a mix, and then I pop it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Now I'm gonna make this tofu and black bean scramble. I'm pat drying the tofu and then rinsing the beans. I like to tear the tofu into smaller pieces to create this ground tofu kind of situation. I'm melting some coconut oil on medium-high heat. And when the oil is all melted and hot, I'm adding in the mixture. I like to season very generously with salt, pepper, cumin, paprika. I also like to use lots of nutritional yeast because it just adds so much flavor. And this is actually my next tip. Ramp up the flavors by seasoning generously when it comes to veggies. So adding enough salt, oil, and spices is very important if you want to make tasty, flavorful plant-based meals. So I just finished prepping some veggies, and I'll show you guys everything you need for this bowl. I got some shredded carrots, an avocado, I have some leftover veggies, some lettuce. This is the Sesame Thai sauce. I will link the recipe down below in the description box. And I have some leftover black rice. I'm using a grapefruit. You can also use any other citrus. Some sauerkraut, which is really good for the gut, and some microgreens. And over here we have the tofu black bean scramble and the roasted sweet potatoes. This bowl, you guys, it's so good. You have to try it. Let's move on to the next tip. Add veggies to dishes that you already like. Eating veggies does not mean eating salads. I think by this point you guys already know this. For example, if you're having pasta, just in the pasta sauce, maybe try adding more veggies. Whatever veggie that you have, just throw it in the sauce. It's still something that you would enjoy and the taste will still be pasta. You don't need to make a whole meal made of veggies to start eating more veggies. The next recipe I'm gonna show you is a taco recipe that uses a lot of the same kind of ingredients that are already used in the earth bowl. Okay, I call this my sensational tacos, and this is what you're gonna need for the tacos. Some shredded cabbage, some good old corn tortillas. I'm using this tahini sauce that I made. The recipe will be linked down below. This is the leftover tofu black bean scramble from yesterday. And I have a lime. You can also use lemon. This is cilantro. You don't need to use it if you don't like it. And I have some leftover salsa. I followed the low FODMAP recipe for this salsa, so it doesn't have onions or garlic in it, but you can use any kind of salsa that you like. An avocado, some leftover veggies, and we're ready to make some tacos. But before that, I need to roast the cabbage. So I'm preheating the oven to 400 degrees, season it with olive oil, salt, and pepper. I also use some paprika. I'm gonna leave it in the oven for 10 minutes. And once it's done, I turned off the oven, and when the oven is still warm, I am going to heat up the tortillas. It takes about 5 minutes. So while I'm prepping the veggies, I'm just going to share with you guys another tip. That is to change up your veggie cooking method. Maybe try sauteing with some soy sauce or roasting it in the oven like I did in this video. There are many different ways, and different methods can have different textures and flavors. Just try them, experiment so you don't get bored. Alright guys, that's all the tips and tricks and things and recipes I want to share with you today. Eating veggies is not that hard. It doesn't mean that you need to give up flavors to eat veggies. It doesn't mean that you need to give up anything to eat veggies. I'm not here to tell you to be plant-based. I'm not here to tell you to be vegan. I'm not here to tell you to be anything, because diet is a really personal thing. As long as you're happy with what you're eating, as long as your diet makes sense for you. We need to appreciate veggies more. They get such a bad rap for being bland, unflavorful, boring. I know there are a lot of people who appear to be that way, but are actually very interesting on the inside. So veggies are the same. As you can see, they can be very, very interesting. This kale is falling off my head. But anyways, I just want to say that if you watched all the way through, if you got to this point, I can't wait to make more videos for you guys, and I can't wait to share more things with you guys, and I'm very excited about the future. Bye, see you next time.